Okay, I think I'm live. I might have to do a little bit of setup here, so hold with me. I'm still learning this new EV Mux thing, so give me a second. Oh, wait. Yep, I see the problem. Hold on. Let's do that. Change the name, update, because otherwise it's just going to copy it every time. I see. Give me a second to get all set up here, guys. Doing my best. Please be patient with me. I was born in the 1900s, you know. So I'm quite old. But I don't think anyone's here yet, so I have like a minute or two to get my shit together. So give me a sec. Let me see if I can update my thumbnail while I'm on here. If I can, I will, because I have one ready to go. Let's see. Why does it never show it while I am actively on and give me the possibility? Whatever. I really need to start making the thumbnails while I'm on here. But anyway, fine. It is what it is. We will edit it after to put the thumbnail on it. So anywho, how are we all today? There's two people in here. Hello to whoever those two people are. I do have a list of things to talk about. It's a bit shorter than the other day, but we'll see how we do. We don't have to stick to strictly just the list. It just gives me a guideline of stuff to talk about when nobody's chatting in the chat. So I feel like it's cool to just start off with my playlist of what I've been listening to on any given day, and today's was pretty darn good too, I think. So let me pull it back up because I was quite proud of it. So today I had one that was about 2-ish hours long. Hello, Madison, first commenter in today. You win a cookie. Oh wait, actually I missed one before. I'm so sorry. Or Mandy Spivvy? I think you might be new here. Hello. So okay, we've got a couple people in. Oh no. Madison was first. It has timestamps on here. So again, I'm still learning this new interface. So let's see here. Um my list that I came up with today that I was listening to. If anyone gives a shit, I'm sure you don't, but in case you do, we had the Mamas and the Papas doing I Saw Her Again, the Turtles, She'd Rather Be With Me, the Monkeys, Valerie. See here, Madison says, I'm sorry I haven't been here. I keep messing them. Oh, it's totally okay. Like, you haven't missed much. This is only the second one I have done in this format on this, what is it? Not server, but, this service, I guess. So, anyways, you haven't missed much. And the other one was only like 45 minutes long, so who knows what today's will be. But yes, like I will let you guys guide the topics of conversation. If you don't have anything to contribute, then I'll revert back to the list. But anyway, so my playlist. After Valerie, I had the Beach Boys Do It Again, the Grassroots Midnight Confessions, the Association Windy, the Hollies Carrie Ann, Lou Christie's Lightning Strikes, Badfingers Come and Get It, the Partridge Family. I woke up in love this morning. Yes, I learned a second Partridge Family song after how many years? All these years, I've known one. And it's the one everyone knows. I finally learned another one, so yay me. The Circles, Red Rubber Ball, Mamas and the Papas, Creek Alley. That has made it 2 days in a row. The Turtles, It Ain't Me, Babe. The Monkeys, Pleasant Valley Sunday. The Beach Boys, Help Me, Rhonda. The Grassroots, Sooner or Later. The Fortunes, Here Comes the Rainy Day Feeling. The Young Rascals, Good Lovin'. The Trogs, Love Is All Around. The Beau Brummels, Laugh, Laugh. The Association, Along Comes Mary. Mamas and the Papas, Dancing in the Street. The Rascals, People Gotta Be Free. The Monkeys, She. The Beach Boys, Do You Wanna Dance? The Grassroots, Temptation Eyes. The Cowsills doing their cover of Hair. Tommy Rowe doing Dizzy. Herman's Hermits, There's a Kind of Hush. Spanky and Our Gang, Sunday Will Never Be the Same. Badfingers, No Matter What. Tommy James and the Shondells, Monet Monet. The Mamas and the Papas, Go Where You Wanna Go. Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders, The Game of Love. The Monkees, Last Train to Clarksville. The Beach Boys, California Girls. Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart doing I Wonder What She's Doing Tonight. American Breed, Bend Me, Shape Me. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Dawn, Go Away. I'm very hot and cold with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, but infinitely more. Oh, I didn't mean to leave this up. It's infinitely more tolerable than Sherry. I cannot stand the song Sherry. Gary Lewis and the Playboys, This Diamond Ring. The Box Tops, Soul Deep. The Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag. Tommy James and the Shondells, I Think We're Alone Now. The Mamas and the Papas, Words of Love. Herman's Hermits, I'm Into Something Good. The Monkees, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. The Beach Boys, Catch a Wave. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Kicks. And the Lovin' Spoonfuls, You Didn't Have to Be So Nice. I think I did pretty well with that playlist. I forgot I can't put my phone there when the mic is there. But anyway, it was very 60s pop this morning, whereas the one the other day was very like yacht rock. It depends on my mood on any given day. Now, what is your favorite Beatles song? Probably a tie between In My Life and Help, honestly. So, it is what it is. I know people are like, but they're so common. It's like every Beatles song is so common, so you don't get brownie points for picking something obscure. But anyway, speaking of playlists, have you seen Ron DeSantis's leaked playlist, which I find fucking hilarious, given he's like so uber Republican, and yet his playlist is so stereotypically gay. I'm like, Ron, is there something you'd like to tell us and share with the class? Let me find it again. Where was it? Or actually, allegedly it's JD Vance's playlist, but it was on Ron DeSantis's, so whatever. Where did it go? Yeah, actually, I think both of them had a leaked playlist, but the one for JD Vance wasn't as good. Let's see. Awesome, I really like classic rock. I do too. Alrighty, so where the frick did it go? There it is. So Ron DeSantis's Hodgepodge Mix playlist that got leaked. I don't know how anyone found these. I have no clue. At least with Ron DeSantis, his name is on it. With JD Vance's, it's just a number. Do you still color? I do, but I haven't done the videos of it in a long time. I need to get back to that. Mostly it was like a problem of just logistics of how to film them. Since like I was doing them downstairs and I was using like my iPod. I'm holding the iPad, but I was trying to say iPod to film it from above. But now there's not enough room to do that on there, and I also don't like moving it, so whatever. I haven't tried doing it with this because it's freaking massive, so I might attempt one with the webcam, not as like a live stream per se, just as like a filmed video, because this gets pretty good quality. I think it would be fine. I think it has a wide enough lens on it to where it might actually pick up more than either of these ever did. Probably be fine. It's just a matter of logistics of how to angle it right. But I do want to get back to that because I've missed doing it. I think that'd be a lot easier to do than the other methods I've been trying. Ah, cool. I'll be there when you do it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so this leaked Ron DeSantis playlist, which is so stereotypically gay, and I love it. Most of this sounds like shit I would put together, which is like my favorite part. Like Glenn Campbell's Southern Nights, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good, Elton John's I'm Still Standing, Charlie Daniels Band, Devil Went Down to Georgia, Billy Joel's Piano Man, Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line, Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, Looking Glass, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, Johnny Cash, Cocaine Blues, Live at Folsom Prison, Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama, Jay and the Americans, Come a Little Bit Closer, John Denver's Thank God I'm a Country Boy, The Tramp's Disco Inferno, Blue Swede and Bjorn Skiff's Hooked on a Feeling, The Ink Spots, I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire, The Crew Cuts, Shaboom, The Ink Spots, We'll Meet Again, Rupert Holmes' Escape, The Pina Colada Song, AC/DC's Highway to Hell, Survivor's Eye of the Tiger, Journey's Don't Stop Believin', The Bee Gees' Stayin' Alive, Village People YMCA. That would make sense though, because like Trump kind of adopted that as like one of his theme songs now, so that makes sense that that would be on there. But most of these I'm going, what the fuck? The Chords, Shaboom, Life Could Be a Dream, Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World, Asia's Heat of the Moment, Jackson Brown's Running on Empty, The Four Tops' I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, Marvin Gaye's Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Jackson 5, I Want You Back. Jackson 5, ABC. Chubby Checkers, Let's Twist Again. Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock. The Jackson 5 medley, I Want You Back, ABC, and The Love You Save, because clearly having them on there once was not enough, right? Van Morrison's Brown Eyed Girl. Billy Joel's Uptown Girl. Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice? Beach Boys, Surfing USA. Vera Lynn and Tony Osborne and his orchestras. White Cliffs of Dover. Vera Lynn, We'll Meet Again. Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice? Thurston Harris and the Sharps, Little Bitty Pretty One. Billy Joel's Only the Good Die Young. Stevie Wonder's Superstition. The Foundations, Build Me Up Buttercup. Stevie Wonder's Superstition again. Silver's Wham Bang Shang-a-Lang. Fleetwood Mac's The Chain. Johnny Horton's Sink the Bismarck. The Chordettes' Mr. Sandman. Rascal Flatts' Life is a Highway. Jerry Reed's Eastbound and Dawn. The Doors' Break On Through to the Other Side. Tim Blake, Little Joe the Wrangler, Surly Joe. Randy Newman's You Got a Friend in Me. That's hilarious. Elton John's Rocket Man. Billy Joel, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Don McLean's American Pie. Tim Blake Nelson, Little Joe the Wrangler, again. Billy Joel's The Longest Time. Jerry Reed, Westbound and Down. Staff and Carlin, You Know What I Want. Aaron Smith, Dancin'. Chrono Remix. Bill Withers, Just the Two of Us. Aha's Take on Me. 21 Hungarian Dances by Brahms. I'm like, is that the da 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 da? That's what I'm assuming it is, but I could be wrong. Kitty Callan, It's Been a Long, Long Time. Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son. Billy Squires, The Stroke. The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA. Holy shit. And then Weird Al's parody of it, Party in the CIA. And then Weird Al's eBay, which is a parody of I Want It That Way. Earth, Wind and Fire, September. Followed by Earth, Wind and Fire, September a second time in a row, because once wasn't enough. The 21 Hungarian Dances again, because apparently this guy must just be a dancing fool, right? Lincoln Ground's A Little Bit of Rock. Wars, Why Can't We Be Friends? Breakouts, Baby I'm Yours. Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll. Journey, Any Way You Want It. ELO's Don't Bring Me Down. Barry White, You're the First, the Last, My Everything. Redbones, Come and Get Your Love. The Proclaimers, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. Journey's Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. AC/DC, Thunderstruck. Daryl Hall and John Oates, You Make My Dreams Come True. CeeLo Green's Forget You. Tennessee Ernie Ford, 16 Tons. The South Street Band, You Make My Dreams Come True. Lincoln Ground's A Little Bit of Rock. Vera Lynn, We'll Meet Again, which was on it earlier. And then 16 Tons again, followed up by Highwaymen, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, blah, blah, blah. And then Blondie's One Way or Another. I'm like, I have questions, but on the other hand, damn it, we could probably be friends because we have very similar music tastes. That pisses me off. Damn it! Damn it! I'm not even gonna read the one that was JD Vance's because I think people are getting bored with me reading these off, but look up his frigging leaked playlist, Gold on the Ceiling, because, I think we've all got questions about both of them. But at least his is much shorter. His is only 40 songs long, so it's like, alright, whatever, but, it's interesting, is it not? Mandy says, my playlist has classic rock, R&B, and rock. Same, but also modern pop, 80s pop, 90s pop, musicals, Broadway stuff. I have all sorts of unexpected shit on mine. So it just depends, any given day, which way I'm leaning with it. Because, like, certain days I'll have, like, my big band playlist. Certain days I'll have, like, psychedelic rock. Certain days I'll have, like, yacht rock. Today, 60s pop. I mean, like, depends what I'm feeling on any given day. Have another day with, like, the pop girlies. Have another day with just, like, the flamboyant gay rockers. Like, it's, you get it. Anyway. So, chat is very quiet. We've only got 2 people here, one of them switching laundry. Hold on. Alright, I'm trying to pull up the exact quote for this next part because I don't want to paraphrase it. Okay. Is it on this one? Do we have the post? No. Damn it. Okay. Give me a minute. I did not come prepared, evidently. Alright. I typically don't go too political, but this just made me laugh, honestly, so I'm going to include it. Where'd it go? Is it on this one? I know I read it somewhere this morning. I'll try to find it again. Nah, the BBC one's not good. Let's see. Yeah, it depends on the mood. It does. It really, truly does. Shares of American Eagle surged 20% after Trump calls Sydney Sweeney campaign the hottest ad out there. Like, there's this video clip that somebody said, did you know she's a registered Republican? And he just immediately, oh, she is? Well, in that case, I love her ad now. It's like, wow, like, you really don't give a singular fuck who this actually is, but, oh, because she voted for you, now you love her. And then used it as an excuse to dunk on Taylor Swift, which, I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Totally forgot what your name is. Oh, my name's Jen, by the way. Oh, I'm still trying to find the quote. Where did it go? Where did it go? I saw it earlier. Damn it. I might need to go to just, like, Google image search for this. Let's not pull everything down. I dropped my phone over here. Because I'm used to propping it up here where my microphone is right now, and I'm like, oh, yeah, right, I can't do that. Let's see here. Is this it? I had almost everything open in tags except for this one. Damn. Where'd it go? This is almost comical for the fact I can't find it, yet everyone's talking about it. Give me a moment. Technical difficulties. I'm still getting used to this format. Might be able to find it this way. There it is. Okay. I can read it off without getting any of the quoting wrong. I really dislike Taylor Swift. I think she thinks she's all that, plus I don't like her songs. Honestly, same. I never was into Taylor. There's like maybe 2 songs of hers I like. That's it. That's it. I always thought she was overrated. And just there was something about her that always felt really fake from day one, and I find that off-putting. Like, really, really off-putting. So, after this was brought to his attention that Sydney Sweeney voted for him, he posted on Truth Social, Sydney Sweeney, which he spelled like S-I-D, like a man, but that's okay. A registered Republican has the hottest ad out there. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. He spelled off wrong. Go get 'em, Sydney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement. That is a disaster. The CEO just resigned. The company is in turmoil. Not a good time for my dad to have just bought a Jag. Uh, shouldn't they have learned a lesson from Bud Light, which went woke and essentially destroyed in a short but very woke campaign the company? The market cap destruction has been unprecedented. Billions of dollars lost. Or just look at woke singer Taylor Swift. Ever since I alerted the world as to what she was by saying on Truth, I can't stand her. I lost my spot. Hate, all caps. She was booed out of the Super Bowl, became no longer hot, in all caps. The tide has seriously turned. Being woke is for losers. Being Republican is what you want to be. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Jesus Christ! This is like the most unhinged shit. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Yeah, me too. Do you like Rihanna? I honestly don't listen to Rihanna, but not out of like any dislike, just out of I never really gave her the time of day to find out if I like her or not. So I really have no opinion one way or the other on her because I just genuinely don't know her music. I have some of her Fenty makeup though, if that counts. Anyway, but yes, political shit done, over. Anyone who was off put by that, it's over. It's over with that. We're moving on. All right. So Ozzy's cause of death has been confirmed, and it was not the Parkinson's directly, actually. As it turns out, he had a heart attack, which is really sad, but I kind of called it. Like when I was watching that final concert of his and everything. Hold on, her song "What's My Name" is great. Okay, I'll check that out. So during his last concert, I literally made the comment while watching it. My mom can attest to this. I was like, "Oh, weird! Look at the belly. Like it's kind of like the kind of how Mike Nesmith looked right at the end, and he had congestive heart failure, which I mean, it's not traditional belly fat when you have heart failure. It's fluid retention, and there's a different look to that, and I feel like I pick up on that a mile away. Unfortunately, seems I may have been right on that. I don't know that he had full-on heart failure, but apparently he did have advanced coronary artery disease, so that sucks. Um, but yeah, he died of heart attack. Medics tried to save him for 2 hours, couldn't. I'm like, yeah, after about 20 minutes, even if they had been able to save him, he would have been a veg, because 20 minutes without blood flow or oxygen to the brain, you're toast. You're toast. So, how do you feel about Ariana Grande? She's okay. She's okay. She's not my favorite, but I mean, I don't dislike her. Took me a while to warm up to her, but she's alright. But yeah, so additionally with Ozzy, we also kind of got a drone view of where he was buried, which is kind of fucked up if you think about it. Let me try and pull that picture up to show it on screen, if it'll let me. I think that just dropped this morning. Yeah, TMZ posted it. I mean, there was drones that were flying over the estate during the funeral, but there was a lot of tents up. Now, we knew that there was going to be somewhere that he'd be laid to rest near that lake. And I was like, if I had to place my bets on where I think on this estate he'd be, probably under one of the tents, and the one closest to the lake was the one off to the left side in the photo. Seems I was probably right, so let me get that photo. TMZ, bird's eye view. Alright. So I'll show you two different shots of this, if it'll let me. Come on, let me zoom in. It's not letting me zoom in. TMZ, why do you suck? Fine, we'll do it this way. Copy image. Have a bad feeling this is not going to cooperate with me, but that's alright. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'm still learning this interface. Oh, hey, Jimmy Barnes. I decide featuring Nicki Minaj. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. I don't listen to any kind of rap. Not my thing. Share media. Oh, okay, I have to download it. Alright, that's fine. I can do that. So we will save that. Give me a moment. Save image. Oh, okay. Maybe this won't work, actually. Damn it. I have one more idea. Wait. I'll screenshot it. We can do that. One moment. I want to show you guys. First the zoomed out one, and then the zoomed in one. Yeah, what's occurring? Oh, we're talking about where Ozzy was laid to rest. Pro scenes. Oh man, it won't let me. Pro scenes allow you to fully customize the look of your live. Da, 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 da. No, I don't want to create a pro scene. Let's see. Media, I guess. Empty default scene, import scene. I am literally still trying to learn how the shit this works, so be patient with me. Back for now. Share media. And here is his actual grave. There. That's where Ozzy is. Good old Ozzy. Gonna be missed. But yeah, so in case anybody was wondering about where he was laid to rest, that is quite literally where he is. You can see the purple cross on top of his grave that was on top of the hearse during the procession. You can see the Ozzy and the flowers off to the left. You can see the stand with the wings that we were able to see in the flyby drone shots on the day of the funeral. I am far more invested in this than I ought to be, but it is what it is. So, okay, we're gonna go back to stop media share. Alrighty. So, let's see. Just earned some XP. What are YouTube trying to achieve with all that malarkey? So basically, I think what they're doing with that is that they're trying to encourage interactions in chats. So like they've gamified it to where the more that you comment, the higher your XP level goes, and then it's like people are vying for that top spot position in any given chat of I have the most comments in this chat. So I think that's what they're doing with that. Ultimately, does it mean anything? No. But I mean, it's kind of fun in a little roundabout way. Hey, James. Okay. Oh, Ozzy. Has he not been buried in Birmingham, UK? I suppose if him and his family have lived in the US all these years, they probably want to bury him there. He was buried on the grounds of the UK estate that they've got. I'm not sure that that's in Birmingham itself, but they did bury him on their private property, so that way he'll be protected from, honestly, everything. No fans can mess with him or anything there. So it'll probably be better. There we go. Was trying to get it back to the view before because I was like, why am I little? Okay, there. There we go. But very sad stuff, and it seems like it's just getting messier and messier as time goes by with that because already the kids are bickering over the estate. That was quick. It's like, I don't think anyone's gotten a payout yet. It has only been what? Like 2 weeks or something, right? You don't get paid out that fast after someone dies. Apparently, Amy is already starting shit, which I'm like, is anyone surprised? When she showed up and was mentioned both in like the tweet that he had died and then showed up at the processional publicly like that, I figured, oh, she's gonna be a fucking problem, isn't she? Because she didn't want anything to do with being publicly visible in all of that time. But magically, when he dies, now she wants to be visible so she can have her hand out. So, hold on. Phone, shut up. Alright. Anyways, let's see here. I like the way that he is there for his family to go out and have a chat with him whenever they want. They kept him close. See, that's what I wish was available to do in the States, in every state. Certain states allow it. California's not one of them, but see, if they allowed that here, we'd have probably did that with my grandparents and buried them on the grounds here. Plus, it makes you tax exempt if you bury on private grounds, but California is not cool like that, so oh well. But yeah, with Amy, apparently she's vying for more than she probably deserves in the will, whereas Jack and Kelly feel they should be paid more because they contributed to his fortune being what it was by being on the Osbournes, by being on Jack and Ozzy's World Detour, all the shows, all the podcasts, all the everything. They did contribute more, to be fair. To be fair, they have a point. I kind of agree with them. Amy thinks that's bullshit and it should be equally distributed amongst all of them. And it's like, oh god, it's gonna get messy. So apparently Kelly and Jack are already lawyering up. It's like, oh, this is not gonna be good. Let's see here. Wrestling joke I've just thought of. Hulk Hogan has been buried next to Ultimate Warrior. To be fair, Hogan buried him first. Oh, snap. Was he really buried next to him, though? Or is that just part of the joke? I'm stupid, I know. But, good joke, though. But I mean, literally anytime money is involved, shit gets messy with the states. And this is why my dad has a trust and has it very just clear cut. Everything divided equally amongst you all. Anyone who contests it is out. It's like, well, yeah. Don't they have to wait for Sharon to pass before they can start carving up the estate? And Kelly and Jack contributed to the fortune. Amy did not. That's what I'm unsure of with UK law. I know how it works in the States, and in the States that would be true. With the UK, I'm not sure. Like, everything I've seen so far is saying that Sharon gets 50% of what's there right now, and the other 50% gets split amongst the kids. I'm not sure that's correct, though. Because, I mean, the way I've always understood it is that, yeah, both parents have to be passed first for anyone to get anything. So I don't know if it's different in the UK or if just everybody's getting it wrong in the reporting. But yeah, check out Find a Grave. There is no gravesite photo yet. I literally rewind this stream. I showed the gravesite. I brought it up on the screen. Actually, I'll just bring it back up again because now I know how to do it. Hold on, I'll show you it. You don't have to go to Find a Grave. I've got a picture of the grave. There you go. That's Ozzy's gravesite. You're welcome. Alright, well, I didn't mean to show it twice. Alright, get that out of here. Stop sharing media. There. Alrighty. That's part of the joke. Thank you for the positive reaction to it. Oh, okay. Oh man, I was more of a wrestling nerd than I probably should have been as a girl, but it was like, my brother was into it first, and then we all got roped into watching it because of him. But then we all ended up kind of enjoying it. Well, one sister not so much, but the rest of us kind of ended up genuinely enjoying it. Ric Flair was my guy. I'm sad that he's retired. I'm sad he's in failing health. I enjoy watching his daughter, though. She's cool. Hi, Jen. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. How are you doing, Trish? I haven't heard from you in a while, actually. Oh, man. But yeah, so the Aussie estate thing, that is gonna be messy. I also heard, staying on the Aussie topic, because I guess there's just a lot to say with him at the moment, and he's just on everybody's lips. They are still going through with the planned biopic for him, evidently. Don't know who's playing him yet. Apparently, there's bookies who are already taking bets on who they think is most likely to play Ozzy in it. Apparently, Youngblood is like the one that most people are betting on just because of his involvement in the Back to the Beginning performance. Jack and Kelly have made their own way in life. Something tells me Amy has not been as successful. She chose to stay out of the spotlight, which was good for her mental health, but not her finances. That's it. That's literally it. She chose to move out at 16 so she wouldn't have to be on camera. And Sharon has gone on the record saying she regrets allowing her to do that. She shouldn't have allowed her to. But, yeah, she wanted to have a music career, but is an indie artist, like an underground indie artist. She didn't want the link to her dad's name and to have people think she was riding on coattails. She didn't want just the free publicity of being on MTV. She felt it was too commercial, so she stayed out of it. And yeah, unfortunately, that meant really no one gives a shit about her because she stayed out of the limelight. She doesn't get to be pissy now when she literally chose that for herself. Watching wrestling was a rite of childhood for me and my friends. Some of us grew out of it. I, however, didn't. Good for you! Good for you. My brother was constantly getting in trouble for practicing wrestling moves with my youngest sister, and he would frame it as roller coaster rides. And he's like fucking pile driving her and shit. It's like, dude, you are going to hurt her. She's this tiny little thing. You're throwing her around like a rag doll. Can you, like, not injure her, please and thank you? Paul McCartney should play Ozzy. The fuck he should not. No, what I'm worried might happen is they might get the Harry Potter guy. Oh, what the fuck's his name? Daniel Radcliffe. Please, for the love of God, do not let Daniel Radcliffe be Captain Ozzy. He defied all odds, and he actually did all right as Weird Al, but please not as Ozzy. Please, no. That would be the world's shortest Ozzy, but, like, just in general, no. No. You know who I think could kind of do it, though? Unpopular opinion. I think Jared Leto could kind of pull this off. I don't know if anyone's thought of that, but I mean, I would watch Jared Leto play Ozzy. Oh, the other one that I hope, like, absolutely not. Do not let Johnny Depp near this fucking thing, please. Like, please no. Please no. Anyway, yeah, so that's about where that sits. No one knows when this thing is coming out, how long it'll take to be made, anyone that's going to be involved in it, but apparently it's very Ozzy and Sharon centric, so I don't know if it's a biopic of their love story. I'm not sure if it's just his life in general. Not sure how they're framing it. As we know more, we can report more. I ditched iTunes because it's not burning my CDs anymore. I uploaded Microsoft Media Player. That's what I've always used to burn CDs, actually. I never used iTunes for it. I used iTunes for my iPod back in the day until I found third-party software that would allow me to do anything and everything that I once did on iTunes, and then I pretty much just ditched iTunes. I think support for iTunes was discontinued anyway, though, wasn't it? So, yeah, it's better to find alternative ways of doing that, but generally, yeah, there's definitely like a zillion ways to burn a CD that do not require iTunes. So I'm glad you found a workaround for that. So in complete, oh, hear me out before groaning. Jared Leto playing Ozzy, maybe. I just said Jared Leto. I literally just said Jared Leto would be my pick. If it were up to me, that would be who I would choose. I would absolutely go with Jared Leto. He kind of has the look, definitely has the hair, but also he has the musical chops for it too. I think he could do decently at it. Use Nero to burn. I forgot about Nero. Thank you for mentioning that, though. For anyone who may need that info, I forgot all about that program. But yes, that actually is a very solid choice. So, in completely unrelated to Aussie topics on here, has anyone heard the term back to school necklace? Or know what it means? It does not mean what you think it means. It does not mean what you literally think it sounds like. I was thinking of Real Player 2. Is Real Player still around? Ooh. I thought that was discontinued like hella long ago. Maybe Real Player is still around. Oh wow. Blast from the past. I haven't thought about Real Player in probably 20 years. Oh man, but back to school necklace. Basically, teenagers are using right now to colloquially talk about wanting to themselves instead of go back to school. So, if you hear anybody using that term, you might want to check in on them, make sure they're doing okay up here. Just throwing that out there because I learned that term yesterday. I was like, okay, more people should be aware of this. It's like I have one finger on the pulse of what all they're talking about since I am in like the fandom spaces on Twitter that are largely populated by the kids. And it's like, well, I am forced to see this shit whether I like to or not. And I was like, okay, what the hell is a back to school necklace? And I went to Urban Dictionary and oh, oh. Oh, let's see here. British law, the Inheritance Provision for Family Independence Act 1975 allows certain individuals, such as a spouse, child, or dependent, to apply to the court for reasonable financial provision. Oh, shit. So, okay, they might not have to wait for Sharon to die then to get paid out. God damn. They might not get the full amount they otherwise would have if they had waited, is what I'm figuring the meaning of that is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but damn, that sucks. No wonder it seems like the Brits always have like the messiest estate things. Oh my god. They should have dealt with this in the States, but that's probably why they're not. If they feel they have not been adequately provided for in the will. Amy's gonna be a fucking problem. Lewis might be too. I feel like Lewis is more chill though. And we have heard absolutely nothing from or about the other two in all of this. From what I've heard, they were estranged anyway, so who knows if they'll even want to try to cash in on this, or if they're like, yeah, no, washing my hands with that. I'm still on the casting kick. Maybe Leo Woodall for a young Ozzy. Let me look up Leo Woodall. Who is that? Leo Woodall. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, let me pull up a picture of this guy so everyone can see. Because actually, I could see it. I could see it. 100%. Actually, you may have just won this. Let me save that. Okay. Now let's pull that up. Oh, come on, come back. Media, and why are we... I swear, this is like not the greatest interface in the world, but I'm doing my best. Share media, there it is. Alright. And show it. So that is Leo Woodall. Now that you say it, I could see that. I could see that. 100%. Yeah, he looks a lot like him. Does he sound like him, though, and have the mannerisms? But looks-wise, I think you just nailed it. Alright. People saying hey to each other in the chat. Yeah, I mean, if anyone else has any, like, good casting ideas for this, actually, for Sharon, too, if anyone has casting ideas for either one of them, I'd like to hear it. We can debate this out, because I think it could be fun. Like, you know. I was like, alright, I had not heard of him before, but, ooh, now I'm kind of on board with that over Jared Leto, possibly, if he can do the voice and everything. Hell yeah. I mean, I know with biopics, they usually don't sound 100% like them anyway, but how hard is it to mumble in a British accent? I think he could probably learn how to do it. Yeah, let's turn that stop the media share. There. Alright. What is beeping? Nah, nothing. What is his acting credits? Let's find out, if any. Over to IMDb. Okay, he hasn't been in a ton of stuff. So he was in a TV series called Prime Target. Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. That was like the last one that just happened. TV miniseries One Day. See, I got excited thinking it was the Anne Hathaway movie One Day, but it's not the same thing. Citadel, who's in White Lotus. He played Jack in that, if anyone watched White Lotus. Now I know who it is. Vampire Academy, Cherry, Holby City, and Man Down. It looks like he has 6 upcoming projects. So, seems like he's kind of just getting himself established. Like, his first acting role on here was 2019. So, he's kind of new on the scene. That's alright. That's alright. Let's see. And he's British too. Okay. So, that he wouldn't even have to fake the accent then. Right? I could see it. That was a really good suggestion, actually. Well, if I knew who the hell was involved in making this thing, I'd say somebody should pass along that suggestion, because maybe they should get in touch with this guy. Now, what's weird though that I saw in articles about the biopic is that apparently Jack and allegedly Amy are spearheading this. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I think somebody got a fact wrong here. I would put money on it. It's Kelly, because everything I've seen about them referencing Amy recently says that they don't talk. They have nothing to do with her, really. They don't talk. So I'm like, yeah, I think somebody effed up. They meant Kelly, and they put Amy. So, no clue on who should play Sharon, though. Let's see here. Best person to go with would be an unknown, because you lose yourself in them being the person they are portraying, not so much who the actor is. That's a good, valid point. And that makes me feel a little more charitable towards the upcoming Beatle biopics, that even though they're not unknowns, they're unknown to me. They're unknown to me. I don't know anything any of these guys have been in, so for me, it'll be the first time seeing them. Apparently, a lot of people are aware of who all they are, so I don't know how they'll feel about them, though. But I'm over here like, well, I'm still salty about who they cast for Ringo. I'm like, you did my boy dirty. How dare you? This guy looks like a rat. Like, I am not even being mean. That is what his face looks like. I'm like, out of all the humans on this planet, that's the best you could do for Ringo. The guy who fumbled Sabrina Carpenter. Jesus Christ. The only thing I know about him is that he cheated on her. I'm like, you had that at home, and you cheated. You scummy bastard. You should have played George. Anyway, it's what it is. But, yeah, you have a point, though. With biopics, I think it is better when they're unknown a lot of times. If Leo has projects in the works, the bio may not be made for years. That's true. That's true, depending on how involved he is in those projects and how much time is being spent on them. So I know the biopic, it said something in there about not even considering starting it till at least next year. So I'm like, well, there's some window of time for him to work on his stuff, but different projects, different actors work differently. Like Anne Hathaway constantly has like 7 or 8 like upcoming projects that she's working on at any given time. I'm over here like, why did you bother having kids? You clearly never see them. Why even have them at that point? You apparently don't like being around them, but and then there's other actors where it's like they'll have 1 or 2 upcoming and it'll just stretch on for years at a time. And lots of in between the two, so anyways. Yeah, it's all interesting stuff if you ask me. So has anyone heard about the drama about the age verification kind of coming for the whole internet, and we have the UK to blame for that? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. It's like, all right, fine. So you have to scan your face or show your driver's license, which, I mean, for those of us who value anonymity on the internet, this is not so great. But, oh, wait, hold on. Off topic. I remember after seeing Ewan McGregor at the end of Velvet Goldmine, I had hoped he would play Kurt Cobain. He had the look nailed. Yeah, I could see that too, now that you mention it. Damn. Missed opportunity. He would have made a really good Kurt. Dang. What does Ewan McGregor do anymore? Does he still act, or is he kind of fallen off? Because now that you mention it, I feel like I haven't heard that name in a long ass time. Let's look him up too while we're at it. IMDb. McGregor. I guess he still kinda does stuff, but not like he used to. It's more like bit roles and things, it seems like. Or voiceovers. Oh god, he was the cricket in that Guillermo del Toro version of Pinocchio. I didn't realize that was him, actually. I did watch that. I guess he's got 5 upcoming projects. What's he got going? Yeah, none of these look that great. Alright. Yeah, he kind of fell off. I guess he does wait a minute. What? I didn't realize he was the one who played Halston in that Netflix miniseries. Oh, shit. Alright, fine. I take it back. I guess he has had starring roles in some stuff. Jeez. Ewan got that Star Wars money. He's probably semi-retired. I think he has the luxury now of being able to pick and choose what projects he takes on now, which is a nice place to be in. Very nice place to be in, if you can swing it. Ruby Lisa can play Sharon. Oh shit. Worst bio, Wired, about John Belushi. I don't think I've seen that one. When did that come out? I'd like to see that though. Even if it's bad, I'd still kind of like to see it. Oh, there's a bunch of things with that title. I think I can find it this way. That did not find it. Let's try this one. Yeah, it's the one from '89. Okay. God, even this trailer looks pretty shit. Do I recognize any of these names in it? No. Not a bit. How unfortunate. Belushi deserved better. Although, I have to say, after I watched Animal House, I was really just sad that the universe could not allow Keith Moon and John Belushi to exist in the same place at the same time. Keith had to go because they'd be too powerful if they existed together. Although, just thinking about the possibilities of what all those two could have gotten into, oh my god, that is a fun thought. A very fun thought. Anywho. So apparently Hulu's shutting down, but like not going away. It's being absorbed into Disney Plus, so it's like it's not like gone. But I kind of wondered why they didn't do this a long time ago because they both mirror each other's catalogs on each other's interfaces. So I mean, Hulu has the Disney Plus stuff show up on it. Disney Plus has the Hulu stuff show up on there. It should have been a warning sign that you can't sign up for just Hulu anymore. And my uncle was just bitching about this like a month ago, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. But having seen this, it's like, yeah, apparently next year they're gonna do away with just standalone Hulu. I'm like, aw, that's sad, especially because it came first. But they are both owned by Disney now, and there's no point for them to have two different platforms that both have the same shit on them. But I'm like, well, you could have gotten rid of Disney, because I mean, honestly, Hulu works better, but so that it just feels like end of an era with that. That was the first streaming service I ever used, so I'm kind of sentimentally attached to it. Oh well, that's what I get for getting attached to a streaming format. Um, I did go through and watch all of the King of the Hill reboot. I binged it all in one sitting with my mom, and I'm actually pretty impressed with what all they did with it. I feel like they kind of kept the spirit of the original series intact, yet at the same time updated it without going like stupid woke or anything, but without leaning hard right either. They did it in a very balanced way. And I'm proud of them for that because they didn't really take sides. They kept Hank very neutrally in the middle, which I was worried of what they would do with Hank. I figured for sure they'd make him like far right because it's Texas and all, right? But no, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. I'm so proud. But they also didn't go far left either. They just stayed right in the middle. It's just like there's influences on both sides, and that's life. So I'm like, bravo, bravo. But I'm still very thrilled seeing what they did with Bobby more than anything. Although I will say they never touched upon Luann or Lucky. So no one knows, did they kill him off? Are they trying to still figure out what they want to do there if they get greenlit for another season? Dunno. They never touched either one of them. I'm like, aw, damn. I thought in that one thumbnail for I think the 8th episode or so, somewhere towards the end of it, that I thought I saw maybe Luann or maybe Luann's kid growing up. No, just somebody who happened to be blonde. Wasn't Luann, wasn't Lasagna as far as I know, so The whole cutting the cord concept outplayed itself. It really did. By the time you subscribe to everyone a la carte, you're paying the amount a cable bill would anyway. Exactly. And we still have our cable, so I'm like, yeah, this is getting dumb at this point. I've started trimming off some of the streaming services because it's just too damn expensive now. They all got greedy, they all got stupid about it. Some of them at least decided to like band together and make bundle deals where like pay one amount for like these three services. I'm marginally more okay with that. I'm more okay with that. But just one-offs costing like $20 a month. I'm sorry, I cannot and will not do that. So it's like, Netflix is on the chopping block for me at this point. I'm like, they raise it one more frigging time, I'm done. I'm already on the cheapest plan with them, and I'm already like, no. I have too many as is. They're gonna push us right back to piracy. I hope they realize that. It's like, we were willing to play the game legally. We wanted to do it the right way, but if you're gonna price us out, shit's gonna happen. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I'm nervous about the Hulu Disney one. I'm like, please tell me they're not gonna jack the price that much more when it's all just one service now. Like, please, no. Daughter is a huge pretty. I feel like you hit enter before you meant to. I'll wait to see what the rest of the thought was, because I feel like that was unfinished. But yeah, I'm gonna probably keep MGM Plus. Obviously the free ones, although some of those are shutting down now too. I'm like, damn it. Uh, for now, I'll keep the one with Disney Plus and Max. I've got Paramount. I've got Peacock. And I think that's what I've whittled it down to at this point. I used to have like all of them. Oh, here we go. My daughter is a huge Pretty Little Liars fan, but it's moved multiple times over the years. And that's the problem with the streaming services. Like, you get attached to one show, and then they move the show around. Now you have to cancel this service, and I sign up for this one to keep watching it. And I hate that shit. Or when it starts on TV on cable, and then they move it to streaming, or vice versa. I'm like, pick a spot, stick to that spot. I don't care which one you have it in, but just keep it in one spot, please and thank you. It makes life so much easier. There was that show that started out on TV Land that was called Younger. I was obsessed with that. But then, like, the final season or two, they only did on streaming. I was like, oh, God, you guys suck. And that meant my mom didn't get to see it because she refuses to do the streaming thing. Leo DiCaprio was supposed to play Sonny in a flashback to the 1930s in Godfather 4 before the project was killed. There was gonna be a Godfather 4? Oh shit. Frankly, I'm glad that did not happen. The trilogy is just fine as it is. Don't F with it. Just leave it be. If it's not broken, don't fix it. We don't need a fourth one. Hollywood, if you're listening, please don't fuck with The Godfather. Leave it alone. However, I could see Leo playing Sonny in a flashback. That makes sense to me. I could see that. So eventually, I ate the pricey price tag and bought her the DVD sets for Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries, and the originals. Honestly, at this point, if you're like really locked in on just like a few specific shows that happen to be on streaming that do have a physical version, honestly, it's cheaper just to shell out for those the one time and have them forever versus having to pay ongoing forever. You may or may not even use the service certain months, and now you're paying for absolutely fuck all nothing. I get that. And I am thrilled that I found somewhere that had all 5 seasons of Arrested Development on DVD. So even if Netflix does its thing and does away with it, 'cause remember they were going to, but there was so much fan outcry. They're like, fine, we'll leave it alone for a couple of years. Jesus, it's like, thank you. That's all we wanted. But previously they only had the first 4 on DVD. If you wanted the last one, you needed Netflix. But if they're taking it off of there, it's going to be lost media, and I refuse to lose that. So I'm glad someone has it. I'm still not positive if it's an official release or not. I don't care. I just want it in a physical format. That's all I care about. So, but yeah, I get it. Like, the shows that really matter to me, I try my damnedest to get them in a physical format, if at all possible. I'm still mad as hell that the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margaret aren't all available. The first season is. I think the UK even got the second season. We never got the third season on DVD though, so it's like I have them downloaded somewhere, but I'd like them to be on a physical format. Basically, just give me all my Will Arnett shit on DVD and I'll call it a day and not bother anybody again. I cut Netflix before cable. Never could find anything I wanted to watch. I don't have any streaming services that I pay for now and plan to keep it that way, and that's valid. That's valid. My parents are too TV addicted to ever cut the cord on cable, so that one is apparently just gonna stay a thing. Although I think Uverse is finally going away at the end of the year, so we'll have to switch to something else. Please God, not Xfinity. But I think we'll probably get DirecTV or something in its place. Call it a day. Um, I'm the one who has the streaming services in the house. If they want to see something that's on one, I have to haul my computer downstairs and plug it into the TV so they can see it. But they have no interest in paying for streaming themselves. They have no interest in letting me log my services in on the TV, even though it has the smart TV functionality on it. They don't want it. I'm like, I am literally handing you the keys to the kingdom. You wouldn't have to bother me for shit. I would just let you use it. Like, no, don't want it. Okay. No, it would take too much bandwidth. I'm like, you realize I have them all logged in on my TV, and it doesn't do anything to the bandwidth. So you could definitely whatever. You do you. It's fine. I like Tubi. I like Tubi as well, and it's free, therefore I like it more. That one is still safe for now, at least. So hopefully they don't get rid of it, because of the free ones, that is one of the best ones. Can still watch all 1,252 episodes of Dark Shadows currently. I'm on 856. Holy hell, I didn't know there was that many episodes of that. That's insane. Holy shit. It was going to be like Godfather 2 and compare Sonny in the 30s to Vincent in the 70s. Okay. Okay. See, I kind of feel like even though it wasn't the same characters, it was just the same group of actors, I kind of felt like The Irishman was a glimpse at possibly how shit would have gone down if we had had Godfather 4, even though different storyline, but it probably would have had a similar-ish vibe where A, it goes on 10 million miles too long, and B, yeah, they're still good actors and everything, but it's a little long in the tooth at this point. Nobody asked for this, but here it is, and now it exists, and there's that. Hey, Jens! Long time no see. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Irishman. Just it felt like it was about 57 hours long. I know in reality it was about, what was it, like 4 or 5, but it felt like about 57 hours of sitting through. I've still never gotten my mom to sit through that, even though she watches all the old mobster movies. I'm like, this would be right up your alley. This is the story of your people. Like, you should love this. But I can't get her to sit down and watch that one. She doesn't have the attention span for it. Just hearing how long it is, I'm like, aw, don't be like that. It's like, oh, let me get this straight. You have the attention span to sit through all 3 Godfathers back to back to back, like every other weekend. But one standalone movie that is shorter than that, you can't hang with. Okay, you do you. You do you. It's all good. God, I keep seeing teasers for not in any way related to this, but is related possibly to the streaming stuff. There may be a Hannah Montana reboot next year for the 20th anniversary, and I'm over here like, please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Like, let it just be a standalone, one-off special. Do not try to reboot it as a show. Do not dare recast that. Just let it be a one-off reunion and leave it alone. It's like, even though I was way past the age demographic for it, you know what? I unashamedly loved that frigging show, and I still stand by that. I am the reason my youngest sister got into it. I felt like at 20 something, I couldn't get away with watching that show without a little kid to blame it on. So it was like, hey, here's this show you would totally love. Just trust me on it. If you sit through all three Lord of the Rings extended versions back to back, it's 11 hours. I've never even sat through one of them. I've tried. I've tried with the first one, and I fall asleep every time, and I feel really bad for that because everyone tells me how good they are, and I just every damn time, no matter what I do, no matter what hour of the day or night, I try to watch it. Every time, I'm like, man, I want to be able to appreciate this just for like it being in the pop culture zeitgeist and everything, but I've never managed to make it through even the first one. Cards on the table. That said, with that 11 hours extended version and everything, I had a friend who literally, like, back to back watched all three of them when she was in labor with her firstborn, thinking that clearly this kid will be born way before we make it through all three movies. No, no. I think she even restarted the whole series again, and it still was. It took her like 3 days to have this kid, but it was like, oh my god. The man who had the cheese, the man who had the jerky put the butt together, dude, it's really working. Oh my god. What the hell? Cheese jerky. Why does that sound kind of good though? Like, not gonna lie. Is that from Dumb and Dumber? This sounds familiar from somewhere. That can't be from Lord of the Rings. I feel like I've heard it somewhere. But yeah, she was so certain. I was like, maybe if you had tried like all 9 Star Wars movies, you would have had better luck with it. Oh man. Oh wait, no! You're talking about Hannah Montana, aren't you? I'm freaking stupid. Duh. I realized it as soon as right before you typed it. I was like, wait, no, I just remembered it. I just remembered it. I still quote the Tarragon line too. I'm Tara so gone every time anyone mentions that spice because of that damn show. And the whole Canada, where the moose are. It lives rent free in my head 20 years later. There's like a surprising number of really quotable things on that show, but because it was for a younger demographic than I am, none of my friends had a fucking clue what I was talking about. Anytime I would just like quote it, and they'd be like, "What is that from?" It is obviously from something, and I was like, "Never mind what it's from." But and then I would blame it on my sister, be like, "Yeah, I'm totally not watching that. Just we only have the one house or the one TV in the house that has cable on it, so I'm stuck watching it." Fandom by proxy. It's like, yeah, no, I was definitely for sure the one actually putting it on though. Had to watch it because of my kids. Now they're pushing 30. That checks out because Miley's in her 30s now. So, oh god, I feel old as shit. I feel old as shit hearing that. But it's like, even that same sister that I got to watch that, she's 27 now. She was a little kid when that was on, so I was like, yeah, okay, it has been that many years. Damn it. Now she is older than I was when I was getting her to watch it. I'm like, oh, this is a weird feeling. It's like, Kimmy, hurry up and have a kid. Make it be a girl so we can show them Hannah Montana. As if it worked that way, but like, if it were up to her, she'd have had a kid already at this point, but yeah. She assures me she's working on it, so it's like, alright, well, you better get on that, because I don't want to be stuck at just 10 nieces and nephews. I need more than that. Because the other ones are all growing up. I'm like, come on, have a kid so I can babysit somebody again. I miss it. I don't want one myself, but I'll babysit somebody else's because I can hand them back at the end of the day. Oh, man. Used to have to sit through Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Hey, that was one of the better ones on Cartoon Network, though. At least you weren't sat through hours upon hours upon hours of Two Stupid Dogs. God, my brother would like tape every episode of that shit and just like play it over and over and over. I was like, if I never see that show again, it will still be too soon. Still be too soon. But Powerpuff Girls, though, I maintain Powerpuff Girls was good. At least in its original run. When they rebooted it, it started getting stupid. Although I stand by the episode Ringo was on. And no, that was not the Meet the Beatles one. That was way before. There was one, like, when they rebooted, he was in the very first episode when it came back. He was like, I think the character was called Fibonacci Sequins. I was like, aha, aha, you made a math joke. And even though I failed math, I even got that joke. Yay me. But add Blue's Clues. Hey, I enjoyed Blue's Clues. Thank you very much. And let us not forget, I had my fanfic version of this that was the Who's Clues. It was so fucking stupid. It made it more tolerable to sit through hours and hours of this from my brother and youngest sister watching it, because they were in the demographic for it. I was not. Daughter of Blue's Clues. Oh, Bear in the Big Blue House. I mean, where the hell is Grant right now? He would be all up on this. Dude, Bear in the Big Blue House. Holy shit. Blast from the Past in Gullah Gullah Island. Allegra's Window is a little before it, but I think it was same people. I loved Allegra's Window. Here's the. Oh, wait, do I have it handy? Hold on. Wait. I have something for this. I just got it, actually. Tell me it's over here somewhere where I can reach it. Hold up. Is it? It is not. Oh, wait, no, it is. I have a prop. Mail time. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. Mail! I did not pay for this. I got sent it free to review it. A freaking mini mailbox. Why? I don't know, but somebody sent me that to review it. So, and I swore the minute I opened it, I was like, anytime somebody mentions Blue's Clues, that is happening. I didn't expect it to happen so quickly. I've had that in my possession for all of 2 days, and I already got to use it for that. Hell yeah. Little Bear sucked. I'm sorry. I was not into Little Bear. I remember it, but I thought it was boring as hell. That one, what was the one with the turtle? Franklin, I think. Because the mail never stops every day. So I'm more. Oh, man. What was that one? The one that I hated the most of the cartoons, though. David the Gnome. Oh my god. Not because it was a bad cartoon, but because I just find gnomes to be off-putting. But then the final episode, they kill off the two main characters and expected an entire generation of kids to not be traumatized by that? No. No. What did you do? And I rewatched that episode as an adult to see, was it really as bad as I remember it? When I tell you, I was just inconsolably sobbing over this thing. Oh my god. I was like, I am crying over gnomes. I don't even like gnomes, but I'm crying over gnomes. Alright. I think they used to show that back to back with, it was like that, Franklin, Little Bear, and then The Adventures of Gumby randomly. And I'm like, wait, what just happened? But like, old school Nick Jr. was the shit. I loved it and hated it all at the same time. I felt like it was definitely pandering. Funny you should mention this. Well, first off, that wasn't a Nickelodeon cartoon, but funny you mentioned that. In all of the weird ass random crap my mom banned me from watching, that was one of them. I still don't understand why. I don't know what her deal was with Bananas in Pajamas. Kids I went to school with thought I was weird as shit that I wasn't allowed to watch Bananas in Pajamas. I assume it's because she thought it was annoying. But it was like, I wasn't allowed to watch Bananas in Pajamas. I wasn't allowed to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse. I wasn't allowed to watch Mr. Rogers, even though I did it anyway, because it was on at like 6 in the morning and she wasn't up yet. So I'd sneak out to the living room and watch it anyway. But my big rebellion was watching Mr. Rogers. Yeah. And of course, all the Land Before Time movies. Do you know how much it blew my mind learning that Rob Paulsen was in almost all of those? AKA Mr. Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Yeah, he was in almost all the Land Before Time movies except for the first one, I believe. Any Teletubbies fans in the house? That was my oldest son's stuff right there. I was in 6th or 7th grade when Teletubbies came out. That was another one that my mom initially banned, but then she walked it back because of the gay panic around Tinky Winky. I was like, ooh, wow, so he wears a purse. I maintain Tinky Winky's not drunk. Or he's not gay, he's a drunk. Tinky Winky likes a little drinky. So, and then he falls down. Because he's drunk. That is my theory with Tinky Winky, but anyway. Still stand by that baby in the sun was creepy as hell. Still find it creepy. But there was that one band episode, and I was like, there's a band episode of freaking Teletubbies? I have seen clips of it on YouTube. There was like this wooden lion that rolls. Apparently something about was Major League upsetting the little kids for some unknown reason. They banned the whole episode because of it. I'm like, who the hell knew there was a banned Teletubbies episode? No, the one I found disturbing, that I thought I like fever dreamed this show up, wasn't that one. It was similar. It was, what was it called? Oh, damn it. I can picture it in my head. They're like these big, round, blobby, rainbow-colored creatures. Why can I not think? Booba. Booba. Oh, God. That was like mid-early-ish 2000s, like 2007, 8, somewhere in there, I think. Maybe a little earlier. First time I saw that shit, I was high off my ass on like Robitussin with high fever that day. Oh my god. I thought I imagined it. And I never saw or heard mention of it again for months. And then this kid that I used to babysit, apparently this became his new favorite show. He had toys of it, and I was like, this thing was real? I didn't imagine that this thing existed! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god, Dexter's actually, I stand by that one. Dexter's Lab was good. But I mean, I could see where it would get really old really quick if you're the parent just like stuck listening to it. Especially with that Dee, you idiot, or whatever it was. Oh, I love that they did eventually release the banned episode of that. The one where they just like learn swear words and they're swearing the whole episode. It's on YouTube if you've never seen it. Teletubbies was the bomb. If you smoke some weed and watch Teletubbies. I've heard Jack Osbourne was fond of doing exactly that. I can see where it would appeal. I have not yet tried an edible with Teletubbies, to be honest with you, but I kind of want to. Kind of want to revisit Booba on one too. Who remembers Out of the Box? Ooh, it sounds familiar. Refresh my memory. It sounds really familiar. Was that a Disney one? I feel like that may have been Disney. What was wrong with Mr. Rogers? That's what I want to know. I think, again, she was assuming he was gay. He wasn't. He was married and had kids in real life. But she just assumed he was so effeminate that he must be gay, and that clearly this was like the gay agenda, and it's going to turn her children gay. I don't think he had anything to do with it, Mom. I don't think that's how that works. But, Labor Day is a month away. When you were young, did you stay up during the night for the Jerry Lewis telethon every Labor Day? I did, actually. I missed that telethon. When Jerry Lewis died, I was like, oh my god, there's no more MDA telethon now. What are we gonna do without the MDA telethon? Aw, end of an era right there. Playhouse Disney. Okay, I was right about it being Disney Channel. I still don't remember specifics of that show, but I feel like I have a vague image of the logo in my head. I feel like I have seen it at some point, either in passing or maybe one of my siblings was into it. Which era was that show? Like, what years roughly was that one in? It might help me a little. Heard a bit of Sgt. Pepper today. What's your favorite songs on there? Like the whole album. Honestly, there's not a bad song on it. I love the Sgt. Pepper album. That was honestly my entry point to the Beatles was Sgt. Pepper. It's like you start out high, everything kind of goes downhill from there. But no, like my mom would put the headphones on her stomach when she was pregnant with me and play Sgt. Pepper. So it makes perfect sense that as a teeny little kid, I latched onto that album all on my very own. Or I thought it was on my own, I guess, but there was this weird period of time. My nephew can attest to this because he's trying to heal my inner child about it. We'll get to that. But we had an 8-track player in our car. I'm not old enough to where that was a normal thing. No, my dad just still had one in his car in the 90s for whatever reason. And I went through like a 3-year span of I would not get in the car unless he put Sergeant Pepper on. Would have like a full on meltdown if he did not have it on. Until the day the tape self destructed. And I felt so traumatized by that. And I still kind of do. I told my nephew that because he's getting into 8-tracks of all things. He collects. He has a massive collection of them at this point, right? And he was like, "I'm going to seek out a Sergeant Pepper tape just for you, so I can help heal your inner child and give you one that's not destroyed." I'm like, "You're so sweet, thank you." It was when they had Bear in the Big Blue House and Roly Poly Oly. Oh my God, Roly Poly Oly! Holy shit! I forgot about that show. Okay, Kimberly has no conscious recollection of watching that show, even with me showing her episodes of it. But that show was like her favorite thing for like 3 years. So, okay, if it was around that time, I probably definitely did see it, and it was probably because of her. Do you remember the Backyardigans? That was also right around then, and she was also major league into that one. I have to admit, that one was fun. So was Oswald, the little blue octopus guy, and his dog Weenie. I loved that one. And oh god, there was like one other one. It like had a talking goldfish and a cat and a dog with the great big book of everything. What show was that? Stanley. Stanley. Even though I was like a grown ass adult, I unashamedly loved Stanley. And I still stand by it. Favorite song on Sgt. Pepper's The Inner Groove. I didn't even know about The Inner Groove until I was an adult. So it wasn't until I got it on CD that I even ever heard it. Because again, with the 8-track, it wouldn't have been on there. With the version on vinyl, my dad made me a cassette of it. I think he cut it before it ever got to The Inner Groove. And then he just like, he had Sgt. Pepper on one side and Hard Day's Night on the other. But like specifically the soundtrack version, not the album version. And that was like my one Beatles tape I had till I was about 7 and like started branching out from there. But anyway, it's actually the only Beatles album I've heard all the way through. Really? That is surprising, but I for sure recommend you checking out others in their entireties. Abbey Road is a good starting place for that. Also the White Album, although I don't know that I would do that one very next. I think I maintain try Abbey Road next. And try listening to it all the way through. Report back, because I almost guarantee you will love it. If you're into Sgt. Pepper all the way through, you'll love it. Playhouse Disney, alternately titled Playhouse Disney Channel from 2001 to 2002, was the Disney Channel's programming block aimed at young kids age 2. Yes, I know. And that was around the time my youngest sister would have been watching that. She was born in 98. So by 2000, yeah, she was about 4, somewhere in there. So yeah, she was right on par for what all they were showing. The Inner Groove. Oh, it's like this weird thing that like after the final note of Day in the Life plays out, leave it on. Because there's this thing at the very, very end of the record, although they include it on the CD as well. It's just like this garble of noise that makes no sense of why it's even there. It got turned into a Paul is dead clue ultimately, but there is debate about what are they saying there. Personally, I think it sounds like they're saying, well, fuck you like we're Superman, but I mean, who knows what they're actually saying? Oh, I forgot about Bob the Builder. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That show was cute. Kimmy wasn't as into that one because she was like, but that's a show for boys. I'm like, it's a show for everyone. Don't gender the cartoons, kid. But, no, I liked that one. And that kid that I babysat was super into that one, too. The Inner Groove was never on the American Sgt. Pepper. Oh, or the Dog Whistle. Okay, so even if he'd wanted to, he couldn't have recorded it off the one he had because we had the American one. Good to know. Well, that would explain why my mom was confused as hell the first time I played it for her. And I was like, did this scare you as a kid? She's like, I don't know what that is you're playing me. What is that? And I was like, it's the end of Sergeant Pepper. I always thought it was Lucy Annie all the way. Kind of sounds like that too. I forget if the "Well Fuck You Like We're Superman" is playing it forwards or backwards. That might have been the backwards one, but it is interesting nonetheless. Because I'm not the only one who hears it, to boot. It's not me being a perp, like other people hear it. Oh yeah, I have heard that. The reverse talking, never knew that had a name. Well, there's a difference between just playing things backwards versus that particular one. That particular one is called the inner groove. Holy shit! Dora the Explorer was taken prisoner by ice. Good, you can have her. I I have ranted about Dora the Explorer on this channel before. That one, that grated on my last nerve when my sister would watch that one because she just yells all the time. Every word out of her mouth, she's just always yelling. And it drives me up a frigging wall, especially when it's back-to-back episodes. Like, you can only take so much before you crack with that one. And by the time my sister was past the age of watching that, my nieces and nephews started being born, and they started watching it. And I was like, it sucked my life. I'm never getting away from it again, am I? There's 10 of them, so, there was quite a long phase of having to be subjected to that show. At least my brother's kids were not allowed to watch it because their mom feels the same way I do about that show. But the other 7, they all watched it. Oh my god, yes, let's get you started on Caillou. F Caillou. Oh my god. Please tell me you've seen the hate groups for Caillou on Reddit. There's entire subreddits just for Caillou hate. Again, where the hell is Grant? This is like his favorite thing to talk about is hating on Caillou and Daniel Tiger. If you had been here last weekend, he brought both of those things up in the middle of like my video game live stream. It's like out of nowhere, he's going on about like the Daniel Tiger stuff and who's worse, Caillou or Daniel Tiger? And I'm like, it's Caillou. It's always going to be Caillou. He is the worst of the worst. He's like, do you believe the theory that Caillou is a little boy with cancer and that's why he acts out? I'm like, no, I believe Caillou's just an asshole who happens to be bald. But oh my god, Caillou is the worst. I've ranted about that. We should have like a click counter going of how many times I have bitched about that cartoon in the history of the almost 20 years of this channel. Was Strawberry Fields gonna be on Sgt. Pepper instead of the other one? Oh, Magical Mystery Tour? I think originally it was intended to be, but then they kept it off because they wanted it to be a single, and back then they didn't release the singles on the albums. But it did end up being on Magical Mystery Tour, but I'm not sure if it was at the time or if they retroactively added it later. Daniel Tiger is cute, except for when he's being a little punk. And people are like making clips of like all the times he's a little jackass on the show. And it's just like, oh no, is he the next Caillou? And I'm like, no. There is no comparison between Daniel Tiger and Caillou. But the internet has been going off about Daniel Tiger lately and trying to cancel him. I'm like, oh, come on, it's not that bad. It's kind of just funny at this point for how far they're going with it. Part of it, I have to wonder if they're doing on purpose. But some of it's like, he's kind of just a brat, but they're using that brattiness as a teaching moment to show, like, conflict resolution. Like, oh no. Oh no! The big bad of them. That was the one I hated the most. Oh, God. Barney the dinosaur used downers. That was why he sings the theme song that way. Yeah, he sings it that way. And then my jackass friends and I, and like all of second grade, were like, I hate you, you hate me, all together we'll kill Barney with a great big knife and we'll shove it up his butt, that will definitely cut him up. And we would just like change the lyrics on any given day to like other ways of tormenting or destroying Barney. It's like, we were little psychopaths in a Catholic school, but we were all like collectively the whole class was like that. It wasn't just like one group of kids there, and I thought just everyone collectively hated Barney. Cue the day my younger sister ended up super into Barney. I was like, no. How dare you? Why? Why would you do this to me, Nikki? No. And then my brother ended up even more into Barney. I was like, F my life. I hate everything. Barney the Dinosaur's theme song was a ripoff of This Old Man. Yes, I know. We're all aware. So it's just like, oh god, it's awful. Last time I saw you live, you were walking around the neighborhood and the internet kept cutting out. That was probably towards the end of it. That's not usually the area that I walk in, so I wasn't sure how the internet would be there. I think because of the big hill that was involved there, it was blocking the signal at that part of it. But most of the walk, it actually held out pretty steady. But at least now I know. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like if I go wandering out beyond where I normally walk, that is the trade-off that yeah, it'll probably cut in and out in certain spots. Since I mean, I don't live in like a big metropolitan area. It's pretty rural out here and there's a lot of hills that unfortunately do block signal and areas where the signal's just not that great to begin with, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I do the best I can with it, and there's nothing I can really do to boost that because I'm just using like the built-in Wi-Fi on my phone. So it's like if it cuts out, there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do other than wait for it to come back and like walk faster to try to get somewhere with better signal. But it was fun though that day, and cards on the table. I definitely had an edible that day before I headed out, and around the first side street that I wandered down where I started getting lost was around where it started kicking in. So, you know, and I think that was why I was so open and willing to being like, let's have an adventure, Charlie. Like, fuck it. Let's just go adventuring. I wouldn't normally. Normally, I'm never brave enough for this shit, but I'm high today. Screw it. Let's go adventuring. Curious George is cute. I do like that one. Curious George, I'll stand by. Arthur, I'll stand by. Clifford the Big Red Dog, I'll stand by. Berenstein Bears. It depends which version of the show. Depends which version. Because, I mean, there's a good version and a suck version. Play Barney the Dinosaur singing the theme song backwards. A satanic message? Probably. I wouldn't be half surprised. Although, have you ever seen, like, the original costume for that dinosaur? It is the most nightmare-inducing shit ever. I don't know how I ended up down this rabbit hole on YouTube one day a few years ago. Like, a lot of times when I'm sick and I'm just, like, watching shit on my phone or my laptop in bed while I'm just, like, recuperating, I'll just find random long-form videos of any damn thing. And that day, it was the history of Barney the dinosaur. Even though I freaking hate Barney, I still sat there and watched it. Oh god, those early costumes for it are so off-putting. Oh my god. Like, let me see if I can find a picture. I'll just pop it in. Early Barney dinosaur. There's earlier than that. Go back further. No, not that one. That's one I grew up with. There was further back than that. Let's try earliest. Ugh. That's not it, but wait. Hold on. What the hell am I looking at? That's not it. No. Oh, there's a wiki for it? Oh no. Do I even... I'm going to regret this. I already know it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they don't have that many pictures, surprisingly. I don't think they have the earliest one, but they have one from 1989, but there's like an earlier costume than this. But even this, it's creepy, but it's not the one. Dang it. Where is it? And like the whole problem with the costume is that they would wear down really quickly over time, especially when they do live appearances, and they would get so jank and so upsetting to look at. Let's try 1987. Yeah, Google apparently doesn't have this. Jeez. History nearly forgot. Well, if I can find that video again, I'll just drop that, I guess. But Yeah, none of these are the one that I'm talking about. There was an earlier one than this. It was like super creepy. Let's try creepy early Barney dinosaur. Ah! Don't give me glowing red eyes. That's not him. Wait. Did I find it? I may have found it. I may have found it. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, let me grab the. Oh god, it's nightmare fuel. I hate it so much. I truly hate this image. I I know I'm gonna forget to delete this off my computer. I'm gonna jump scare myself with this. Oh god. All right. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I hate everything. Here you go. I hate it. It's awful. That's the earliest design of Barney the dinosaur. I hate it so much. Ah, no. No, get it off. Get it off. I don't want it. And now watch me totally forget to delete that later and find it at like 1 a.m. and be like, ah, cursed. Smartphone's fine. I figured out what was wrong with it. I apparently was freaking stupid and accidentally unchecked the thing for auto turn. That's why I couldn't make it work for streaming from. So, you know. Oh, the first episodes of Barney had a dark purple Barney with evil eyes. Yes, you know the one I'm talking about. This is exactly what I am describing. Approved. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes, yes. That was one of my favorite ones from that era. Adventure Time, insane stuff. I never got that into Adventure Time, but the one from around that era that was also on the same channel that I really loved was Regular Show. The one with Mordecai and Rigby. I was super into that one. Apparently Oscar the Grouch was initially orange. I'm so glad they changed him to green. Yeah, and what's weirder is that, like, in international versions of Sesame Street, they actually kept him orange for a long time. Because I know on some of those local access, like, Spanish channels that we would get, I was shocked seeing how different the colors of the different Muppets were. Like, there was one where, like, Big Bird was, like, turquoise. Um, Oscar was orange. Elmo was another color. Grover was another color. I'm like, what is this? Now I'm gonna pull up a picture of that so everybody can see this. Orange Oscar the Grouch. Yeah, there he is. I don't know. I kind of like him, but they did do the right thing making him green. He needs to be green. Because, yeah, this is not quite the vibe, I don't think. But, okay, let me screenshot it. Copy. Yeah, there's little things in the corners because I'm just screenshotting. I really don't care. It's not that deep. Okay. So, let's do... Where did it go? There it is. Here's your orange Oscar the Grouch. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh no, the original Ronald McDonald costume is creepy. Stephen King's It or John Wayne Gacy. I'm going to regret this. I know I'm going to regret this, but let's see it. Original Ronald McDonald. Oh god. Oh no! I have seen this before. Oh Jesus. Alright, you guys have to see this to believe it. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh no. Alright, alright. Let me, Are you ready? Because we're going in. No! No! Why? Why was this necessary? You know what else was disturbing was also, the original Hamburglar. Let me grab that, because I've seen that before, too. Yeah. Oh god. This still freaks me out as an adult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even sure yeah, this is the original one. There's another creepy one too, but I think that one's an updated version, so we're not going with that. But this one, oh god. Let's save it. Again, watch me totally forget to delete any of these later and just be like, what is my life when I stumble on them? Okay. Here comes Hamburglar. That's the original Hamburglar. How we feeling about it? I think he belongs in some Stephen King thing too. Possibly also It, but Jesus. God, it's bad. But still not as bad as the original play place that had the Hamburglar swings that I know I mentioned in a Remembering Forgotten Memories video once, but I don't think I was able to show it on screen. Now I can with this. So Hamburglar. Alright. No, not the hamburger jail. That's not what I'm talking. Oh god, okay. Found it. Found it. Oh Jesus, I hate it. Oh, this thing is so cursed. It's so cursed. Holy balls. Alright. Are we ready for it? It's so disturbing. Oh no. You're going in. Okay. Burger King guy was creepy too. Yeah, but not in the same way, in my opinion. We ready for the cursed Hamburglar swing? Are we ready? Because here it comes. That fucking thing. And I swear as a little kid, that thing seemed way taller than that photo is doing justice to. But then again, look how tall it is versus the size of the fence. So maybe it was not my imagination. Maybe it was, in fact, as big and looming as I remember this thing being. Is this not nightmare inducing? Like, holy hell, I hate it. I hate it so much. Ugh. Get that out of here. I can also show you the burger jail now. We'll just, like, relive all of, like, the creepy McDonald's trauma that we grew up with. Good God. Yeah, it's a freaking burger jail because reasons. Here it comes, a burger jail. This thing, I swear, ours was taller than this. Like, this does not do justice to how tall the one in our town was. But you would climb that freaking thing and be in a burger jail. Why? I don't know. Because they could, I guess. Oh gosh. Grew up with the Croft shows, a new zoo review, which are kind of creepy at times. I'm not sure I know those, but I've heard the names. Elmo is so cute. I know he's a puppet. Yeah, but he's adorable, though. I like him. Tina agrees. Elmo is so annoying. Well, here's the thing with Elmo. Elmo was supposed to represent a 3-year-old child. 3-year-old children are fucking annoying. Sorry. Sorry if it hurts, but they are. So, makes sense, but at the same time, he's also adorable. Burger King guy was creepy too. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't remember the Burger King guy, let me show you. Oh god. Imagine waking up to this in your bed. No thank you. Alright, I guess I have to screenshot that one too. That's fine. Alright, Mr. Burger King, here we go. What is my life? Okay, here's the Burger King. And it was a super unsettling commercial he was into. That's the Burger King! It's giving, Winona's Big Brown Beaver. It's like that same type of mask. That rubbery kind of Primus mask. Oh god, I hate it. Yeah, get that out of here. Good god, yeah, you see my point! What in the nightmare of fuel? Haha! You see my freaking point. That's not even all the disturbing McDonald's shit. He's adorably annoying. Exactly. Burger! Burger's eating kids! Oh no, no! It gets weirder! It gets weirder! Hold on! So, I'm old enough to remember these weird ass seats that they had in the restaurants. And they are giving very strange vibes, if you ask my opinion, but I definitely remember them quite vividly. I remember thinking they were weird as shit at the time. I stand by that thought as an adult, because, yeah, these were weird. These were effing weird. Alright, here we go. Share media. And here. Yeah, you're just, chilling on these anthropomorphic burger heads. Infer what you will from that. I again have questions about the people running the place and if they may have visited a certain island. Just saying. Banana splits. Oh, no banana splits. Okay, moving my phone because I keep forgetting and trying to put it where the microphone is. So, alright. Off the screen, you. And there was like the weird, like, cursed party room. Let me see. Do we have a photo of this thing? No, not that one. Yes! Found it. Oh my god. The demented. I think this is what I used as the thumbnail on that video, if I remember right. But, yeah, we definitely had one of these at our location. And, make of it what you will, because it's. I don't know what vibe they were going for with it. Hey, where did the photo go? There it is. Okay. Let's see. So this was the freaking party room. There's a lot going on here. We've got a demonic looking tree. We have a dinosaur Oregon Trail with Ronald McDonald's and the Fry Kids, but also dinosaurs. We've got really weird wall art and also ceiling art. There's just a lot going on. There is a lot going on. I'll give you a moment to take it all in because there's a lot. Oh, okay. Croft shows where HR Puffin stuff, Land of the Lost, Lidsville, Sigmund and the Sea Monster. I feel like I remember that one. Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, etc. all on Tubi. I think I've seen a tiny bit of HR Puffin stuff. Was oh god, what was it? What was that? That's not Banana Splits, is it? Maybe it is. No, that is Banana Splits. I was mixing it up with Bananas and Pajamas. Sorry, my bad. Okay, Banana Splits I've seen a little bit of because they were heavily inspired by the Monkees and were trying to be like a kid version of that, even though the Monkees were already for kids. But I digress. So, anyway. Yes, okay. I'm on the right track with that then. Yeah, there's just a lot of weird 90s shit. 80s too for McDonald's. There was also the like Grimace jumpy house. It wasn't exactly a trampoline. Kind of was. Kind of a rocky back and forth kind of dealio too. I don't know what to describe it as, but it also had like bendy bars in it that you could wiggle apart, which is again like a second kid jail in this place. I don't know why they were really on board with this, but yeah, they apparently had a lot of feelings about kids in burger jail, I guess. Okay, here's the picture incoming. Yeah, there's the weird Grimace jumpy thing. I don't know if you'd call it a trampoline or not, but people of a certain age will probably remember exactly what I'm talking about with this thing, though. And also in the background, you can see like the Fry Kid rockers that were very odd. I'm not sure what those burger things on the domes are. I don't think we had those. The twisty slide, yeah, I think we had one of those. I think we had the merry-go-round too. There's definitely better example photos than this one, but dude, they had a freaking train at theirs? We didn't have a train. I feel like we got gypped. We didn't get a train. McDonaldland was heavily inspired by Croft. Okay. Well, see, I feel like it also got inspired by Chuck E. Cheese, unless they were the ones who inspired Chuck E. Cheese to become what they became. But yeah, I've seen some of the early McDonaldland cartoons. If you were unaware those were things that existed, now you're aware they exist. And yes, actually, they do have a heavy, heavy influence from those Croft shows. You are absolutely right on that. Okay, so we've got. What was I trying to pull up? That's right. This is what I was doing. This thing was strange. But we did have at least one. I don't know if we had both of them, but we definitely had at least one of them. Let me see. I'm not sure if this file will work as is, but I can make it work. Let's see. So much that Croft sued them in one. Yeah, wasn't there something about like the captain figure that they had? They had to retire that character altogether because it was too close to one that Croft had on one of their shows. I feel like I remember this being a piece of McDonald's lore. The fact that there is, in fact, McDonald's lore, and the fact that I know it is probably pathetic, but here we are. Okay, I don't think I saved that right. Where did it go? Okay, I'll screenshot it instead. It'll be fine. Anyway, oh, it's got like the creepy old faces at the top. I didn't even catch that till now. Oh no, wait till you guys see it. Oh god. Yeah, I think one was like an older version, one was an updated version, but I think we had both. Pretty sure we had both. Yeah, here we go. Incoming. Yeah, just let that sink in. Anthropomorphic burgers with saddles and the Fry Kids and a filet-o-fish that you can ride. That's the whole thing. Wish A&W brought back Root Bear mascot. Root Bear? Wait, I don't think I know this character. Let me look. Let's see what the Root Bear is. A&W Root Bear. Oh, wait! Actually, now that I see him, no, I remember Root Bear. Oh, you're right. Like, I very, very vaguely recall it. I think they must have been phasing him out already when I was little. But wow, memory unlocked. I forgot all about this character. Whoa. Okay, does anyone else remember this bear? I forgot all about him. Who remembers Root Bear? Rudy. Aw, he's cute. Aw. Yeah, I forgot all about him till you mentioned it, and I looked it up. Oh, wow. I think as a little kid, I was convinced the root beer bear and the slush puppy somehow lived in the same universe. Could just be that they were both cartoon mascots of drinks. Maybe they actually did, and I don't know it. But for some reason, I clocked them as being like the same art style, so I think I figured that they came from like the same artist and lived in the same universe. I don't know. That was just how I figured it was, anyway. Yeah. Okay. After this one, I'll stop with the McDonald's Play Place pictures because they're fucking weird, but like, I need somebody else to acknowledge that these were a thing that happened in the world and that I'm not the only one who remembers them. So this janky ass slide, oh my god. We had one of these too. What's weird is I don't remember the captain on it though. Maybe they took off the captain by the time I was a kid, but yeah, apparently this was a thing. And I think that's the character they got sued over, was that captain right there. Captain Crunch was arrested for impersonating a Navy admiral. I bet he was. Oh man, Captain Crunch, the cereal that tears up the inside of your mouth anytime you eat it. Unless you get the Oops All Crunch Berries, because that one's basically just like eating Kicks that are fruity. But the normal Captain Crunch though, it's like it tastes good, but oh god, it literally destroys your mouth every time. Oh man, now I'm like on a nostalgia kick of like looking up these old things that really don't matter. There was also like a weird McDonald's video game, and we freaking had this thing when I was little. And in hindsight, I'm like, that is blatant ass marketing, but damned if it wasn't effective. Like, it's like MC Kids or something in McDonald's land. I never beat it. I don't know if it even has an ending, but I mean, this thing was bizarre. Like, is it possible for me to like link to the video? I don't want to do share screen. We can do it another time. But yeah, the game MC Kids was very bizarre. I think I only ever got to about maybe the third level on it and would get stuck and die every time. Let's not forget Jeffrey from Toys R Us. Funny you mentioned Jeffrey. I just mentioned Jeffrey the other day. So, okay. James, remember when I was at Home Depot with my dad the other day? So on the way home, I was going back and forth between messaging you and messaging Kimmy because out of nowhere, she messages me, "Hey, serious question. Promise you won't laugh at me, but no reason. But if a giraffe wore a bow tie, would it be up by his under his chin or at the bottom of his neck?" And I was like, Kimberly, what the fuck? Why are you asking me this? She's like, no, it's a serious question. I need to know. I was like, why? You are literally at work. What do you need to know? Don't worry about it. Just, is it under the chin or is it at the bottom of the neck? And I'm like, well, in my opinion, it would be at the bottom of the neck because that's how a human would wear it. And she's like, no, that looks weird. And I'm like, yeah, you know why it looks weird? Because giraffes don't wear bow ties, you dummy. Now, more important question, do crabs have eyebrows? And then she got mad and stopped answering. So then I pulled up a picture of Jeffrey the giraffe. Hold on. Jeffrey the giraffe. Because I knew damn well I vaguely recalled seeing him in a bow tie. And I was right. He looks stoned in this screenshot. I don't even care. It's fine. Like it serves its purpose well. So I was like half wondering if she was high asking me this, but she was at work, so she can't be. But at least I don't think she can be for the line of work she's in. But okay, Jeffrey's the giraffe in a bow tie. And I was sitting there like trying to Google these pictures of Jeffrey the giraffe. And I was like, I swear to God, I remember him in a bow tie, but like none of the pictures I was pulling up had the bow tie. So I was like, is this a friggin' Mandela effect or something? But then I specifically searched it, Jeffrey giraffe bow tie. This came right up. I was like, okay, I knew I remembered him wearing one at some point in history. Thank you very much. And by the way, it is in fact the base of the neck. You're welcome, kid. So, anyway, I have an old Rudy Sipper drink bottle. Aww, that's cool. I feel like we don't have as much like licensed merchandising stuff like that we used to, and I feel like that was part of like the whimsy of nostalgia that we've kind of lost over time. Now it's like cheap over mass-produced goods that are like made in China or something that like nobody really holds on to or collects nowadays. But the quality ones back in the day, man, were they marketing? Sure, but I mean, it was marketing done correctly, in my opinion. Except for, like those McDonald's glasses with Garfield on them that happen to have lead in them, or the Shrek ones, or any other numbers of ones where the paint had lead and had to be recalled in mass. And I'm over here like, oh, we definitely had those Garfield ones, and we definitely drank out of those. Is that what's wrong with me? I have lead poisoning? Is that what's wrong with me? This would explain a lot. This would explain a lot. But I used to like the old crazy the like loopy ones and stuff. Those were fun. They were impossible to fucking clean effectively, but they were fun. You know what I liked them best with? Was putting them in like bunny milk. Like Nesquik, either like the strawberry kind or preferably the banana kind, which I wish like anything they would bring back. But the banana one was my favorite, hands down. But I liked that the strawberry one was pink. So I kind of had a foot in both worlds here because I was torn between I want the pink bunny milk, but also I want the flavor of the banana. And yet it never dawned on my little kid brain, hey, you could have both in one and have strawberry banana bunny milk, and it would probably be the best thing you've ever tasted, but it never dawned on me. But okay, we make the bunny milk and then blow the bubbles in the bunny milk with a crazy straw. My mom would simultaneously get pissed at me for it, but on the other hand, she's also the one who taught me to do it. So how mad can she get, really? And incidentally, we were also just mentioning that a day or two ago as well. And I don't know what brought it up. I don't know what reminded us of that, but yeah. For some reason, we were reminiscing on the blowing bubbles in the milk thing. But the old crazy straws, like, my Nana had, like, a crap ton of those around. I think somewhere along the line, my cousins and I realized if they're slightly different sizes, you can kind of jam them into each other and make, like, a really, really crazy straw. Half the time would it leak all over the place? Sure, but I mean, we made the ultimate crazy straw, so we didn't give a shit. I mean, we were little kids who didn't have to clean it anyway, so sorry, Nana, but, you know, it was like that. I loved those damn things. Oh my god, those, I mean, I can't be the only one, right? I'm sure other people must have done these, and, like, the more we would do that, the more my grandpa would like seek out like the different kinds of crazy straws and different shapes and things. I think at one point we had the crazy straw glasses. Actually, those weren't as good. Like, those were not as satisfying for some reason. He got us these like ice cream bowls where like the spoon also doubled as a straw, which was genius because you know you get the melty ice cream at the bottom. Now you just like drink it like a milkshake. Genius! Genius! Like, more people should make them like that, honestly. But anyway, I digress. So, oh man, the stupid shit my brain thinks about. I mean, I'm also the same person who collects Tamagotchis, and that was like the other thing I was gonna show before I ended the stream the other day was the influx of Tamagotchis I bought. I ordered them back in June, but because of the tariff situation and Japan not shipping to the US because of it for months in there, I was like, well, I got the orders in. Don't know when or if I'll ever see the products, but I'm going to show you them, even though nobody asked and nobody cares, I'm sure of it. I don't give a shit. I now have a Snoopy Tamagotchi. For reasons. For reasons. Can we appreciate the cute? Can we appreciate it? So I'm over here like, I'm going to be very, very careful with this one because I feel like the packaging might even be worth something. But this kind, like, you can just, like, take a razor to the tape and just slide out the cardboard and take it out that way and be able to repackage it later when not in use. So I've got that one. The house is actually the holder for it. You don't have to use the holder, but it's so cute I'm going to. Plus, this is like a Tamagotchi Nano, so it's smaller than a normal one. Size comparison, a normal one looks like this, right? So size-wise, it is quite a bit smaller, and I find it adorable for that. Is the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs bird in an asylum? He probably should be. Oh man, that was another one that, like, I have like the most weird association with that bird, but it's so gross too. I'm sure my uncle wasn't the only one who did something like this, but alright. My uncle had this poodle when I was super, super little. I don't even remember, or no, its name was Coco. I was gonna say, I don't remember its name, but no, literally, like, the whole point of this. The dog's name was Coco. Now, my uncle and his brother that shared a house kind of had a drug problem around this time, and they would leave their drugs on the coffee table, which was a very low coffee table. And this dog would occasionally get into the drugs and was completely fucking manic as a result. I was shit all over the house. And my one uncle, rather than, oh, I don't know, clean it, would just like cut out the Cocoa Puffs logos from the boxes of cereal and like put an arrow, like Cocoa Puffs here. It's like, You piece of shit! You're gonna make your brother clean all of it? You go to all the trouble of putting all these signs around the living room, pointing out the poops. You couldn't be bothered to clean the poops. You definitely put in more effort to make those signs and set them up, though, than to just clean up the dog poop. Frankly, neither one of them should have been allowed to have a dog. I am the first one to admit it. They admit it in hindsight this many years later, but yeah, I can't hear mention of Cocoa Puffs without thinking of that poor sweet dog who deserved so much better in life than she was or he was handed. I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, but yeah, I came from a strange family. We can tell. You wonder why I'm fucked up. Before anyone asks, no, it was not that uncle. So, anyway, that wasn't the only Tamagotchi I bought because, God forbid, that one was like a side trip off of the ones I was actually trying to buy. Because there's a new generation of them where you don't raise just one. No, you raise an entire planet's worth of them at a time. And it's called Tamagotchi Paradise. And there's 3 of them, and they're all in different lands. So I bought all 3 of them. And they are massive. Again, size comparison to the normal one. This guy is massive. They have never had one this big before. I'm not quite sure what to think of it. So this one is the one that I believe is on land. And then there's one that is on ocean. And then there's, what was the third one? Wait, one is sky, one is land. Okay, this one's the sky one. And then there's the sky one. I haven't decided which one I'm booting up first yet. I haven't decided if I'm going for these first or Snoopy first. But I have a bunch of them to play with. I also haven't made the executive decision. Am I booting up all 3 together? Am I starting with just one, learn how it works, and then boot up the other 2? Am I just going to go one, then one, then one? Have not decided yet. But because Snoopy is simpler, it's more likely I'm probably going to start with Snoopy. And let us forget, I still have the bunny one from last year, from around the time of that rude nickname Invisible Ray gave me of the bunny boiler. I still have the bunny gigapet that I was gonna just troll and make videos with. It's still in the package over here that I still need to boot up as well. Wait, you're not. Wait a minute. Oh, this isn't the bunny. I have one I forgot I had. I forgot I bought a unicorn one. Oh, this is what happens when you're a compulsive shopper. So, yeah, I forgot that I have, a unicorn one. But what gets me? Real unicorn sounds. Can somebody explain to me what exactly a real unicorn sound is? Because, last I checked, unicorns aren't real. Therefore, how is there real unicorn sounds unless we're just using horse noises? So I'm not sure what's funnier. That? Or the unicorn dabbing at the bottom? Am I too old for this shit? Probably. Do I care? No. Because if you look at any of, like, the digital pet communities, it is all like 30 and 40-year-olds. There is no children in there. It is literally just my generation did not outgrow this crap, and we still collect them, and we still play with them, because we have no lives, and this is why we're single, almost definitely, so, and it's fine. And now that I've lost everyone, unicorn sounds like a moose. As long as it doesn't sound like an elk. After finding out what an elk sounds, I'm still laughing about it, but okay, so for those who weren't at Psycho's Platters yesterday, I was mentioning how over the weekend my sister Kimmy and I were playing the board game version of Oregon Trail, and we made up our own rules for it. Like, we didn't like the ones it came with. They were stupid, so we made our own, and it was so much more fun for it. But the hunting mechanic in this thing is just bizarre. There's like a number assigned to each animal, and you have to guess the number correctly to have effectively hunted it. So we decided that's dumb because that's damn near impossible. And she was like, so what if we like gave each other a hint by trying to make the noise the animal makes? I was like, oh yeah, we could do that. But wait, so the animals in question are a bear, an elk, a moose, a rabbit, a squirrel, I forget what the other thing was, but it was like half these things I was like, I don't even know what sound, if any, these or a deer. I was like, I don't know what sounds they make. Should we like look them up so we know what sounds we're trying to recreate? Um and she was like, yeah, let's do that. And we started with an elk and we lost our shit laughing because it is not what you would expect for that big of a creature. This thing sounds like a bird or something. I was like, wait, what? And she was like, I think we should try to copy the sounds as we hear them so we know what it is the other person is trying to copy when we're doing this. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So we're both sitting there like complete idiots and looking bat crap insane, which we are, but like sounding totally batshit insane, trying to copy all the sound effects we're turning up in these videos for like a bear or like a moose, or was it a moose or was it a buffalo? I don't know. Regardless, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is that we're sitting there trying to decide how we're gonna go about this, right? So we get to like the bear. It's like, okay, the difference between the bear and the buffalo is that they're both a low growl, but the bear is more staccato, whereas the buffalo is more drawn out. So like the bear is like, "Grr," whereas the buffalo is like, "Grr." Like this is how stupid we sounded, right? Then we get to the elk, it's like, what the fuck are you? This is around the point where my mom walks in the room and she's like, what the fuck are you both doing? And we're like pissing ourselves laughing, tears rolling down our faces from laughing so hard. Because I mean, we were already cracking ourselves up just at the noises we were making, and not to mention trying to copy. But then getting walked in on in the middle of it and having to explain what the hell we're doing. Jesus. Oh my god, it was great though. We need to play it again, preferably while drinking. I love Care Bears. Funny you should mention that, because for all those Tamagotchis, I have 4 more coming in their Care Bears ones. I am not even fucking joking. Look them up on Amazon. They exist. They're ordered. They're pre-ordered. They're on their way though. Because I have no chill. I have no chill. Isn't Banana Nesquik available at Walmart? I think in Canada it might be, but not in the US, which makes me very angry that I can't get it here, but you guys get it there. And I'm like, damn it. Somebody send me some Banana Nesquik, damn it. They still have Ovaltine at Walmart. Yes, they do. But I mean, they also have just regular chocolate Nesquik everywhere, so that's not that special. Just like the strawberry one, they still sell that everywhere. But for whatever reason, they don't sell the banana one in the US, and it makes me sad because it was the very, very best one. Smurfs, one female Smurfette and hundreds of male Smurfs. Yes, I have pointed this out before. And actually, technically, there was 2 females, but one's a little girl, so that makes it even creepier if you remember that part. It's like, oh, hell no! Damn it, Smurfs! Stop getting Smurfy with it. Yeah, that elk sound was hilarious. Yeah, you should have heard our interpretations of, like, the squirrel and the bunny. And Mr. Bubble. Actually, they even sell Mr. Bubble at CVS. Just saw it like a month ago there when I went to the pharmacy, and I was like, dude, they sell Mr. Bubble? Oh my god. Dad was like, did you bring your card? You can buy yourself some. I was like, Dad, I don't even have a bathtub. What would I do with Mr. Bubble? I just like that it exists. I only have a shower in my bathroom, so. And I'm like just too weird about asking anyone else, hey, can I use your bathtub? It's like, yeah, I could, and I have before, but I feel like a frigging idiot, so I just generally don't. Poor Smurfette. I know, I feel so bad for her. She deserved better. Justice for Smurfette. Now, let me show you one of the Care Bears Tamagotchis. I'll just bring up a picture because I don't have them in my hand yet, but they are so cute. Alright, so we have got... Actually, there's only one in stock right now. Apparently, I must have ordered them at just the right time. Yeah, only the green ones. Oh man, there was 5? Shit. Alright, which one did I miss? Which one did I miss? Hold on, now I have to go through my orders. Hold up, I have to correct this. What did I order? I'm missing the yellow one. Okay, so there's a blue one, a pink one, a green one, a purple one, and a yellow one. All right. Well, give me a minute here and let me course correct. I need that yellow one. Reasons. Sunshine Bear! Hell yeah! Okay, get in the freaking cart. I know. 25 bucks a piece, and I have bought all 5. What the fuck is wrong with me? Actually, with tax, it's $27.55. Hold up. Please tell me it's not showing like my order status as I'm doing this, or like my credit card info on screen. Or not be. I use this payment method. Boom. Go, go, go. Place order. That's right. There was one of them that was out of stock. So now it's in stock. That one won't come till August 31st. That's okay. I'll have the others before then. So, alright. Ordered. Course corrected. Perfect. So, let me show you the Care Bears Tamagotchis because they're fucking adorable. Hey, go back to the page, damn it. Let me get that picture. I still have some of my old Care Bears stuffies. I mean, I think I still have, like, the Wish Bear, and I have, like, the Sleepy Time one. I think I've got the raccoon somewhere. I want to say I had Cheer Bear at some point. I'm not sure if I still have Cheer Bear. Wish I did. She was the best one. But, I'll show you Cheer Bear on this, though, because she's so cute. Alright. Print screen. Alrighties. There you go. This is what the pink Care Bear Tamagotchi looks like, because I have no chill. Here you go. Isn't that cute? A little disturbing on the actual screen, but isn't that cute ultimately? Yes. Is it the updated design? Yeah, but I can live with that. The 80s baby in me requires them. You don't understand. My childhood bedroom, I had Care Bears wallpaper until I was in my 20s. So, that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is like a crossover of two things that were very iconic to me growing up, and I need it. Well, my faves are Funshine, the yellow and grumpy blue. Well, they have those as well, so they were both on my wallpaper. I don't think I had Grumpy Bear as the plushie. Funshine I did, though. I had Funshine. Not sure if I still have Funshine or not. I'd have to check. If I do, she's out in the garage somewhere. Anyways. But yeah, so I was just like, oh my god, the fact that these are a thing. I was literally just trying to look up info on the Tamagotchi Paradises when somebody mentioned those. And I was like, wait, say what? Repeat that for me, but slower. There's what that exists, and I did not know of it. Oh my god, tell me more. So, yeah, those will be coming. They're not in my hand yet. They will be. Everybody wonders why I'm constantly broke. Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I spend my money on stupid shit. But hey, at least it's on something that will stay in my collection, not like consumable like makeup, so there's that. There's that! Improvement. Anyways. Ooh, we have been on for like 2 hours. That's a pretty good length for today. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of these now that I'm getting the hang of the format and the service and everything, so yeah, keep an eye out because there will definitely be more of these live streams coming in the future. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was a blast.